I think the hardest part today, from what I felt at least, was once they got a lead or once they took control of one side of the map, it was really hard to regain that control. They pretty much kept their vision on at all times. They took all our vision out, so we had to play with like Nocturnal all the time. Um, yeah, so I think the hardest part was how well they play on the map.
What are the expectation about Astra and PSG? Are you ready for these teams?
I think for sure whoever wins tomorrow between Astro and PSG will be ready for either of them. And I think from our losses today, we have a lot to learn, especially for myself. So I think that will make the upcoming matches a lot easier, especially if we can learn what we failed on today.
Next question from May Esports. Jensen said that FlyQuest trained with Loud. I would also like you to tell us a little bit more about what you thought of the level of this Brazilian team.
Honestly, I was pretty impressed. I thought their players were pretty good, especially their AD and mid. I thought Route was a pretty good AD carry. He traded well. He took good base timings. He managed his way well. And then their mid laner, I was pretty impressed by as well because it constantly felt like he was a threat in the game. It's something that we had to shut down. So I was pretty impressed by the Brazilian team. Mm.
Why did the first game end so quick?
Um, I think we drafted in a way where we had a really good matchup bot and we didn't get the lead that we should have gotten just because we didn't play it well enough. And there were some unlucky plays that happened top as well, which put our top laner very behind. Um, so the game kind of snowballed out of control, and we had no way of killing their tanks anymore. They basically like just couldn't die. And then they heralded mid and killed us all. So I guess that's why they ended the game.
Mentions on the loss. I'd like to know what it was like taking on Guma Yusi in bottom and what made the difference between yourself and him in that match.
Uh, I think Gumayushi's like a very aggressive, confident player. So at the same time, he's really disciplined. So whenever I was taking a trade, he was never scared to hit me back. So I was never really sure of how well the trade was going to go for me, just because I guess of how confident he was whenever he took them. And then I think his discipline is really solid because whenever he got a lead or whenever he was like in danger of dying, he never gave us an angle to be killed. So I think the difference is just he plays in a very aggressive, confident way, but he still has enough discipline to know when he can die.
This was, I think, generally an underperformance today and maybe yesterday from
Mm,
people as well.
mm.
Jensen mentioned a little bit about this as well, but what do you think specifically the team has to work on to try and get to where your expectations lie for your plans performance and hopefully further beyond?
I think the biggest things we have to work on is playing the game on the same page and also learning how to advance the game quickly, kind of like how T1 does it. Um, I think it's really important that we pick up on how to make plays, the right times to make those plays, and how to constantly find pressure points on the map so the enemy team can't like come back. I think those are the things we have to work on.